Good afternoon. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you're having a good time. We are talking about operations today. Total project manager move, right? So I hope you guys are doing well. Love seeing so many of you sign up for the challenge next week. We're doing a 3-day challenge, break the glass ceiling. It's really about setting you up. So we're gonna cover some of that today. So you'll be able to take this training into the challenge next week and get tons of results from it. So let's hop right in. Hey, you're on time. Welcome. So we're going to talk about how you operate. And part of this I've seen with a lot of big time clients that I've had, big time clients that are making like multiple 6-figure, 7 figures, and growing, right? They get stuck at a certain place, offering certain products, certain experiences, retreats, different programs, whatever it is that they're offering. They get stuck at this one place, in this one point in their business, and they feel like they can't really move forward, or there's just so much going on and they are so over committed that they can't move forward. So what I do with these clients is just get down to analyzing every single thing that they're doing and the kind of results that it's bringing them, so that they can actually see how their business is operating. What the hell is actually going on? At one stage or another, people generally, when they're growing, when they have more and more things going on in their business, will employ or hire or start working with assistants, a virtual assistant, maybe a social media manager. You start onboarding, you start growing a team so that you're able to show up for your clients, for different events. If you're into speaking, if you're doing a lot of podcasts, as a guest, and or if you're recording a lot of videos in different courses that you're doing, and whatever else happens when your business starts growing, right? You'll start working with assistants. And at one point or another, you need to sit down and actually see and really pay attention to what's being put out there in your business. Because with a couple of clients that I've worked with that are like, one is, well, actually they're both multiple 7-figure earners. It was like, well, she sends the emails out, and then she does our social media stuff, and she puts all of our stories on Instagram and Facebook. We're busy in this mastermind. I'm busy getting this retreat ready. I want to launch my course again. And I really want to build like this $100,000 offer, like a one-on-one coaching kind of thing, $100,000 offer, and a new podcast, right? So you want to do all those things. You want to scale, you want to show up, you want to be bigger and better, but it's like, let's look at what is going on. Let's look at what you have going on and what you're able to manage so that you're able to launch all of these things effectively, so that you can scale effectively and you can grow effectively and impactfully, right? If it's just all of a sudden you have one set of services and then in a week's time, it's like boom, 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 3 more things, 4 more things. What kind of a growth cycle, what kind of results are you expecting from each of these things? Because at one point, you're going to be spending either more money on a bigger team, you're going to be outsourcing your launches, you're going to be outsourcing everything. And what kind of an income are you going to be bringing in when, in order to launch all of these things, you're going to need like a team of 10 or 15 people working with you, right? So let's look at the different levels of operation and how you right now can set yourself up to be operating at a state of growth. Okay? Because when you start, let's start mapping this stuff out, and then we'll talk about the rest of it. I'm just going to share my screen so that we are able to write some stuff down. Why are there two apps here? Okay. Create new board. Here we go. Hopefully you guys are seeing this one. No, you're not. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to close that one and I'll open up the blank one. Sorry. Technical difficulties. There we go. Okay. So, so when you start operating one way or another, you know, there are certain things that you're going to be doing. Social media, maybe email list, info, sessions. I'm just writing down the basic things that I get my clients to do. And networking. Okay. And then as you start to, you should be able to do these things on your own, right? And when you start scaling, you might want to do podcasts, be as a guest, or launch your own, whatever. Guest blogging. What are some different things? Like if you guys are here live, let me know what some different things are that you have been doing to grow your business, and we'll include that all in here. Maybe offering challenges, course creation. We go down here. Let's see, like a featured publication. So that's like being published in a magazine, as part of a writing in a group publication, book kind of thing. News, media, YouTube, channel. I'm gonna write YouTube guests. And, you know, the list kind of goes on and on. There are so many ways that you can show up, that you can grow. What does your schedule look like in these things? So let's just grow this a little bit, grow it. And I want to move things over. If I can, here it is. There. Okay, so let's say you have these things going on in your business, right? How are you operating right now? There are ways of doing the social media thing on the fly. Okay, so let's just draw something out. So you can get this done on the fly. With purpose / impact. Okay, so let's talk about that. A lot of the time when people get into social media marketing and they're marketing their business online, they think, you know, I need to share these selfies. I need to get engagement. I need to grow my friend list. I need to get all these things done. And it ends up being a scramble. You know, some people call it a hustle. It's a hustle, but it's also a big freaking scramble, right? Where it's like, oh my God, I have to post something today. I feel like crap. I don't know what to post. And you're just like, maybe you're scrolling through trying to get some inspiration from somebody else that you think is more successful than you. And you might copy, right? You might like grab if they had a meme or they had a GIF dance off or something. You might copy that, or you're just gonna, you know, drop a one-liner, throw a promo post up there. Hopefully you got some promo posts going, but then, you know, then the next day you're feeling good. You share five or six or 7 or 8 or 10 things. Use a list or Trello or whatever and go through it step by step. Yeah. Yes. much better. And so like you can do the hustle thing. A lot of people will start growing their business that way. But then what happens when you try to scale, right? So if you have, maybe one day you're inspired to write an email. So you're like, okay, well, I had a good idea for an email today, so I'm just going to send that out because I am inspired to do so. So you just kind of do it when on the fly again. Or what if you took that inspiration, wrote out the email, but worked it into an impact or inspiring email? So what if you took what inspired you and turned it into something that will impact other people and that will allow you to incorporate a transformation that you've experienced with your product or service, or that other people would experience with your product or service, still coming from that place of inspiration, right? So you'll have this, an email, you'll go home, write it out and send it out. Maybe it's like Wednesday, maybe you'll schedule it for the Thursday morning, but what if you scheduled your things out? So same with social media, right? If you're doing things on purpose, if you go out and have a crazy busy day and you share 50 posts that day of images of things you saw, this and that all over the place, and then for like 3 days after that, because you're sitting at home working, you have nothing to share, nothing to light up the news feed, right? So you can do it all on the fly, or you can experience life, have all those things happen, but use your content, your life, the inspirational stuff in a more impactful and purposeful way. So, hang on to some of those images. Don't share them all at once, right? And if you do, maybe in your stories, right? Stories can be a little more random, a little more on the fly than your news feed should be, okay? And same with your emails. If you know every Friday you're going to get an email from me, some people actually look for it. And I've had people actually message me and be like, the email didn't go out yet. This didn't come out yet, right? And so it's not like you're being inauthentic because you're not sharing things immediately as they happen. You're just being strategic, okay? It's still your graphics. It's still your images. It's not that you're sitting in front of your computer working and pretending that you're at the beach. You're just holding on to your content, your life, your experience, your stories, your tales, right? And move them forward. I think people are watching stories. I think people are watching stories to build that know, like, and trust factor further because they are so random and they're not necessarily like a completely mapped out hustle phase. They're not a completely mapped out marketing plan. One thing that I will do when my stories are getting longer, like when I have more than one or two posts, if I'm sharing pictures of the kids or the dog doing weird stuff or whatever, I will put something up about a program that's coming up or about like the challenge next week or something, so that it's not just about being my friend. So it's not just about, seeing my life, but I use social media for my business. So it's about creating that balance. And actually, let me show you guys something really quick. And this is one thing that I do to see and double check how it is that I have been operating. So I'm just going to stop sharing for a second, and I'm going to open up my Facebook. And I'll share from here. Boop, 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 boop. I'm just going to show you guys this. You may or may not already know about it, but it's just a good reminder, even for me, to go in and double check how I've been operating and how I've been sharing stuff. So if you go on your laptop or your desktop, you are able to check your grid view. So if you see right under here where you would usually create a post, right here where it says list view, grid view. Grid view will show you all of your posts, pictures, videos, lives. I need to change that freezy screen. Lord love a duck. So what I like to do is make sure that I'm sharing a balance of content. Okay, so that's total friend. That was about my challenge coming up. Martha Stewart, a little bit woo, kids, business, kids, business, 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 kids. Hey, Beanie. Okay. I hope you guys can't see her. Emery, Mommy's doing a video right now. It's not a good time to come here naked and get dressed.
For Mommy.
Okay. Can you go put your pants on? Okay. Thank you.
Mommy, the pumpkin one is too itchy for me.
Oh, okay. She had a pumpkin costume on for lunch. But you guys couldn't see her. I don't think so. Okay, good. Jesus. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you look through and you can see, am I posting about my business? But is it like, make sure it's not all business. And then make sure it's not all personal so that people are still getting a glimpse of your business too. So business, not really business, but a little bit because I talked about my group. Business, bird, business, business. Okay, so I like to check through here just to make sure that there's a balance, because what happens with me is I get caught up in these one-liners where I'm like, boom, boom, boom. And I don't share enough of like my own face or my own life. So this is just good. Some of the worst freeze frames ever. That one was gold. Where did it go? Come back. Anyway, so when you just take a look through, you can really see and make sure that you have a good balance. Let's see some spots where I didn't. Like this, like, come on, Leslie, share something better than that, right? Come on. Let's go down a little ways. Here, like that's too much. I need more. See all these one-liner things? They took away my pink background too. Did you guys notice? I did. Anyway, so just go through and you can check and see how you have been sharing. And like, I think Catherine said it. Yes, schedule your stuff and know what's coming up. When I've worked with these clients that have had like those, they have some good earnings, right? But they get stuck because they're not sure exactly what they've been outputting. They're not sure exactly what is coming up and when. They are like idea guys, right? And I had a coach like this myself last year. And it was always like ideas, and execute. And it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. What the hell do you even have going on? Like, this doesn't even make sense right now. So you need to look at, have an overview of, and this is why I use the Trello boards, right? So that you can see how much of all of this, I don't know why I'm drawing a Trello board. I could just show you guys one of my boards. But take a look at, okay, we have social media going out here, 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 and here. I'm on a podcast there, there, there. And considering that each of these things, if you're guest blogging, if you have a challenge coming up, if you're working on a course, each of those things, all the stuff can be worked into. You can work this stuff into your posts. You can work this stuff into, well, obviously how you're meeting people, but you can email people, hey, I have this coming up, check this out, check that out. You can do that and use these experiences, use your business building, use the activities, the knowledge that you're gaining, the adventures of entrepreneurism. Use the adventures as part of your content and let people see how you're building your business. When you do that, I don't know why I'm drawing a frame around this. When you do that, you allow people to see that you are showing up as a boss, right? And it can be strategically placed and worded, right? Copywritten, so that you're able to say, I'm a guest on a podcast. I'm doing this. I'm creating that. And you can share your message still. You can share your life while you show people that your business is growing. And it helps with your business growth as well as getting your message out there. Okay? So if right now you are on the fly with everything, you're just hustling, what if you stopped? Okay? I'm just going to stop sharing for a second. What if you stopped the hustle and stopped trying to show up everywhere and sat down and said, okay, where do I want to be? What do I want my business to look like? What of these things do you actually want in your business? And how can you start incorporating them? So which one are you looking to do? Do you want to build your email list? Start talking about that. Start asking and start doing some market research here to find out. You can do polls, right? So, hey, if I were to start an email list, what kind of information would you guys want to see from me? You'll get a ton of information from people in that. But what you need to do is incorporate each of these launches into your Trello board, into your organizational tool, so that you can see what is on your plate. Because you could start writing emails, and I always run into clients who are like, oh, I'm writing this killer email sequence, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool, but did you let people know that you have an email list? Do you know if people want to hear about what you're writing about? Right? Did you just spend 3 weeks writing like 14 emails for your email sequence and you don't even know if you have the audience for it yet? Okay. So this is where stopping the hustle, stopping all the back end work. I've had people ask me for, hey, I need a really stylish email signature line with graphics, with this, with that. What do you think I should do? How should I design that? Well, how about if, grow your business first. Don't get caught up in creating everything when you haven't been showing up. Because like the clients that I've worked with that are, 7 figures, millions of dollars, guys. They're making millions of dollars and they're just like, oh, we don't even know what's out there right now. We don't even know what people are, but we want a podcast, but we want to do this retreat, but we want to do that. We want to do this and everything else. It's like, well, let's look at what you actually have going on and what your client experience is. What are people seeing from you? How is your business even operating right now? So that you can be strategic in the growth, in the scaling, in introducing new income streams or new ways for people to find you, new networking opportunities, all those new sales opportunities, right? With retreats, with publications, with course creation, all that kind of stuff. Let's be strategic about this and take a look. Like, you need to know. So let's start finding out what people would want from your email list. And guess what? Those posts become part of your social media posts too. So don't all of a sudden start posting 10 times a day. Work this into it. Work these things in together. Okay? And then you can strategically launch it on good email open rate performance days. And those things need to be taken into consideration. So, you know, I've worked in marketing for a long effing time. And I was a project manager for a while, 7 years. And there are all of these stats. There is science. There is science to running a business. And on the fly can take you so far. But when it's time to grow, when it's time to, you know, grow your income, grow your business, scale that stuff, on the fly won't get you there. You will get stuck. You won't know what's being output. And you might have all the ideas, you might have all the followers, but things will not mesh together. They won't make sense. You really need to have this whole overview so that you can be more productive and more impactful, gain more reach, more ideal clients, have less effort and hustle and struggle when you're launching these things, so that you're able to do one effective growth tool, okay? A growth tool like growing your email list, like live info sessions, networking events, podcasts, guest blogs, challenges, course creations, being featured in publications, YouTube channels, being a guest on YouTube channels, growing, right? You can grow when you know what is happening in your business right now, when you know what is working, and when you know what your clients, how your clients react to the things that you're putting out there for them. Because if you don't know those things, and if you can't see what has been working, and you have no way of gauging what works and what doesn't, your ability then to grow your business is going to be pretty limited. And you might put a ton of effort into creating your new podcast, into writing your new book, into, you know, writing out all your emails for your email sequence with no return on that time and money investment. So I want you guys to take a look at how you've been operating your business. How has it been operating? And how do you actually want it to? Okay? You'll need to set up something predictable for yourself, and something not predictable, reliable, consistent for yourself and your clients and your audience, so that they know what to expect from you. That's when you are able to evaluate what works and what doesn't. How are you'll be continually guessing, and you might do yourself some big disservices if you change things up that were actually working, instead of leaving the things that work as they are so you can grow it, right? So take a look at what you've been doing. If you want to see my training in Trello and how I use Trello to keep things consistent in my business, I can set you guys up with that. It's a free training, a workshop that I did not long ago. And of course, if you want my Trello templates and you want workbooks, training videos, and all that stuff, I have that Impact Business Plan package. That's $27. I don't look at the stats for my posts as much as I should. I don't. I base my results on the income that I've generated. So it's not the engagement or the clicks. It's the how many people have joined my group, how many people have hired me. That's what I look at. So if you look at the KPI performance on the Trello templates, the KPI is like, hey, what did I do? Here was my goal. Here are the things that I did. What can I do to help that? And know what, like a lot of the time, and I posted this just not long ago, I did a video. It was for the boot camp, I think in July. I did just a quick video on my profile. I had absolutely no engagement on it. People watched it, but nobody said anything. One dude that I don't even know, who I think is just like kind of like a spammy follower, commented or liked it. I've never spoken to this person, and I have no idea who they are. But one person liked the video, but I had 3 people sign up for the boot camp from that video. So if I were to look at the stats, it's like, oh shit, that video was a bust. But if you look at, oh, people were reminded to go and click and sign up for my thing. So you really have to look at the content you've been putting out there to see what I guess sequence of posts. And I had a worksheet as well about the different types of messaging. We're actually going over this in the challenge next week too. So the different types of messaging and combinations of content that you're outputting that you can put out there to be more effective, to have more effective campaigns, more effective launches, all of that stuff we're going to be talking about next week too. Tie the results I get to what I've been putting out there. Yeah. And make sure and do that quick evaluation like I showed you guys with the grid view. See what you've been putting out there. And if you are on your page or if it's in your shop, like an Etsy shop or something, just take a look at what you've been doing, the kind of people you've been attracting, the types of wording, maybe promos that you've been putting out there. And if anything, do more promos. If like the best way to sell more stuff is to sell more stuff, right? If you want people to buy more things, you want to sell more units, put more sales posts out there. When I was doing my big countdown for the boot camp, I had videos, I had a whole bunch of stuff, just pushing. And some people, some like followers, people that sign up for my challenges and everything, said that they saw like one of them. Okay, so people don't see all of your posts. They don't always fly through people's news feeds. It depends on what their interests are and how the algorithm kind of has them tagged, right? So you want to make sure that your message is strong, that your offer is clear, and that you have this operating system set up so that you're able to see the results that you're generating and why, so that you're able then to scale. And if anything, I would say set your operation system up, not as you're functioning today, but as you desire to be running your business so that you can make space for the stuff that you want. Does that make sense? So yes, we're going over this stuff in greater detail with a full hour session on creating the system, on like setting yourself up to be way more productive and to have greater reach in your business next week during the challenge. And we are going to tie it all in. So there are some bonus sessions. It's a three-day challenge this time. Three-day challenge. But we're going to have an implementation session too. on the Friday. So that's going to be like a bonus training. We're going to tie it all in together so that you're able to look at, we're going to go over barriers, right? So things that have gotten in the way of you progressing forward. Some of it mindset, some of it not, okay? And some of it like physical systems kind of stuff. Day 2, we're going over 10xing your productivity. Your team, just booming it out of there so that you can show up impactfully instead of doing this on the fly thing. Show up with purpose with everything that you're doing to move your business one step forward closer to where you want it to be every single time, okay? And then day 3, we're looking at networking. So all those other things that we wrote down on the whiteboard here, all of these, how will these things help you grow your business? The networking part. How will these things help you grow, and how can you get involved in them right now? Right now, so that you are the go-to expert in your niche, so that people know who the hell you are, and so that you don't need to, so that you can stop thinking that you need to be something different than, or in a different place than you are now to achieve those kind of results, to show up in those kind of networking events, or to start scheduling and reaching out for that. So we're going to go over all of that next week. It's 3 days with bonus day, 1 live coaching session on the Thursday, which is part of my Project Impact coaching. So you guys are going to get sneak peek in to a Project Impact coaching call on Thursday. And then Friday, we're going to do implementation. So you'll have like a day to digest. And then Friday, we'll do implementation, question answer, get everything out there for you so that you're able to take the 3 days of information, of exercises and homework, and apply it, and make sure that you get the most as possible from the challenge. So it's called Break that Glass Ceiling. Stop holding yourself back and holding yourself where you are. Crack through that shit and move forward to where you want to be. That's what we're doing. I'm excited for it. We'll start on Monday. I have a setup call scheduled for us on Sunday so that you guys just know what to expect, how it's going to be delivered, and where to find all the information that you need for it during the week, the next 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And I will see you there. Let me know if you need the link. We've been posting about it in the group here. But it's going to be good. I'll see you guys there. Have a good Friday. Have a good Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the days. I'll talk to you later.